Hey guys, we are back again. The Divine Advice is back again, and we're here to make another video. We have been trying to record for you guys for a while, but everybody has been so busy with their personal life. And of course, we definitely wanted to get this out as far as an important subject. As far as retrograde being here now, I think this is actually the last one of the year. Thank God, because goodness gracious, we have been going through it over here. So we actually tried to use my laptop and it's not working. My cell phone, I'm on my cell phone trying to charge it and on here at the same time. So we'll make it work, make it the best out of no way. So we're here. This is an open discussion today. Of course, we have numerous topics we want to talk about, but we're just going to try to sum it up in an hour. So the first thing I wanted to open up with the group is, how is retrograde treating you guys? I do know a lot of twin flames are really feeling it right now. This is the time where, if you don't know about retrograde, this is a time where a lot of couples break up. A lot of things come to an end. Do not try to sign any paperwork right now, any type of important business proposals or anything. You can really miss out on fine, thin print. A lot of things may be bamboozled with different decisions. So this is the time to really sit back and reflect and actually go into your hermit mode and just really find inner peace of what you want to do. This is a time that a lot of technology messes up. So even traffic, or, people start to get a little hostile and very irate very quickly. So we definitely advise, if you have any type of big things coming up, or if you are going through a very hard relationship, this is the time to really cut it off and really decide what you want to do. So I'm going to open it up to the team. How has your retrograde been going on so far, Empress of Wands? How have you been treating yourself lately?
I've been assaulted by Mercury in retrograde, to be honest with you. Because when I think about Mercury, it kind of reminds me of my last class in college before I got my BA in English. It was Greek mythology. And Mercury was one of my favorite gods. He was the god of commerce. He was the god of communication. He was the god of travel. And like, everybody knows who Mercury is. There's even a florist called Mercury. It's an international florist. It's the guy that has the wings at the back of his shoes. And it was Hercules. Yeah. So in the Greek side, it's Hermes, but the Roman side, it's Mercury. But this god was very important because he was kind of the go-between between life and death. Also the medical signal, like, that staff with the snakes entwined with it, it's called the caduceus. That belonged to Mercury, and he would turn it between life, death, sick, healing. So I think about that because he was also the god of trickery. So that's a lot of what I'm dealing with, a lot of trickery, a lot of miscommunication here. And
Empress, not to interrupt, but it doesn't make it any better that you have two Geminis on this team, and we know all about Mercury. It's so funny, and we actually are the with the wings on our feet. That's how I actually express when I talk about Geminis. I'll be like, listen, this planet is not to be messed with. This is a very fast, very fast, type of planet, type of energy. So, I mean, we can adapt, but you got to keep up. You got to keep up because, if you lose a friend or if you break up with us, we be like, well, okay, next. So it's just, oh, girl. And isn't your twin flame a air sign?
Yeah, he's an Aquarius with his friendly self, and yeah, it's really killing me. That's where some of my Mercury in retrograde came from. Like, for example, y'all know I'm a kitchen witch, so of course I made a very elaborate meal last night. It took about 2 hours. He was supposed to come over. We're supposed to have a date. He did not show up. just did not communicate.
Blame it on Mercury.
Let that be the
Stop you
reason.
right there. I got to put the hand up.
Yes.
Blame it on Mercury. It's
Yes,
not your twin's fault.
Yes.
Ooh, let that be the reason.
It has to be, because air signs are really great communicators.
Yeah.
We really are. I mean, even if it's very a hard discussion to talk about, we will have that talk with you.
We would rather talk about it.
We rather talk about, actually, while you're playing. If we're breaking up with you or you're leaving us, so it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because we understand it's coming to an ending. We will sit down with you, have a conversation, and actually give you advice for the next relationship to take to the next one. Like, don't do that with her, what you did with me. Like, no, we're over. This will never happen again. But make sure you take these tools.
I don't know. And me being a fire sign, I wouldn't take that very well. It just definitely inspire I'm a Leo. I can't like that. So like my ego's a little bruised, and the way I feel right now is like, see if I ever do anything elaborate like that again. Next time it's gonna be peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You get hot dogs and chips and you shut up. That's what you're getting.
That's a perfect traditional Leo response. That is how a Leo is supposed to respond. One thing that's interesting, though I'm a Cancer sun, I have a Virgo rising. And for those of you that don't know, Virgo is also ruled by Mercury.
Yep.
So though it's earth energy, it's a slower moving, it's more on the grounded stability aspects of Mercury, it still gets affected. And it really shakes things up, considering Virgo is an earth energy and it's supposed to be grounded and stable. So if anything shakes that foundation, it is not good. So with that, I want to kind of segue into something. A lot of people, I know all of us, me, like all four of us here, everyone out here watching, listening, or will watch and listen, has had their foundation shaken up in some form or fashion. Foundations of their routine, foundations in their love life, foundations spiritually, their health habits. I know all of the above. I check all of those boxes in my aspect. I haven't been able to work out the way I normally work out. I haven't been able to eat the way I normally eat. Things have been up and down, and my abilities. This is one thing we usually don't talk about in the community. So if you're gifted, if you're a psychic, clairvoyant, if you're a reader, whatever tools, whatever gifts you have, those also go haywire. You have times where they're good and they're spot on, and then other times it's just like, what is going on? I'm cloudy, I can't think, I can't seem to, these pulls don't feel right, I'm not picking up right, or there's certain aspects that will be out. If it's not the entire thing, it's all of that Mercury energy. And it's like what Empress said, the life and the death and the mergence of all of these things get shaken. So it's a bumpy ride, to say the least, and it manifests physically as well. And technology, as Empress and Queen Su Shei have mentioned, and y'all, we're just in for a ride right now with everything.
Well, what about you, June? How's retrograde been treating you?
I've been so damn mad. I'm just sitting here like a big ass kid, like, just, being a Gemini, like as you said, like we love to move fast.
Yes.
And I also like do a lot of communications work, like in my actual work. And so for like everything from my phone messing up to my computer messing up to just all this miscommunication going around, what's really I feel very agitated because my whole world has slowed down. And I can't just go like how I normally do. Mm-hmm. So I'm feeling like I don't know. It's just like I'm feeling the resistance in also a different way. Like it's like having a fast processing unit up here, and like the rest of the world already feels slow a lot of the times. Like, but then now I just don't even have my tools to be able to interact with that. And then I don't know, like I'm feeling very frustrated, agitated, moody, like, I'm not my normal, like, bright self. I'm just like, y'all get on my damn nerves. Like,
Oh, you know what? I'm feeling that too a little bit. Like I've noticed Mercury retrograde, I have been in tune with my emotions a little bit more.
oh yeah.
And I don't like that. I
Yeah.
don't like I don't like emotions. I don't understand. It's no calculation to that. There's no formula.
I take
I
offense
don't,
on that being a Cancer, the most emotional sign of the zodiac.
yeah, well, you know, brain, like Geminis are very detached people.
Yes.
So me feeling something, especially now, it's just like, huh, what is this? Yeah, I don't want that. No, I don't like that. I don't want what is this? I can't eat it. What is, I don't understand. Why don't I have control over this? Why is this making me feel this way? Why am I crying? I don't like this. This needs to go.
Well,
Normally I'll let myself cry or I'll let myself have my emotional response, but then I'll like quickly change or move in,
Yeah.
I sit in it. And so I actually had this experience the other night where I was just like, I just don't have any control of this situation. And look at me, look, we're true Geminis. Look at us using our hands just to communicate.
Just to talk.
It's like
We do
everything
talk with our
about us
hands.
is communication, and it's like I felt like I had no control of the situations in my life. Everything's just spiraling, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here, and for one, I'm not gonna do it. I mean, there's nothing I can do, so I'm just gonna have to sit here and just allow myself to just feel. Like I feel like that is literally the only thing you can do in this situation.
Oh yeah.
But it was actually good, and so like I don't know, like as much as Mercury retrograde is so annoying to all of us, maybe there are some good lessons to learn out of it, especially for people who are more masculine or more doers or more thinkers. Like it really like forces you to slow down and tap in and just give control to the universe and just surrender, because it's just like I think Brain has said this before, just kind of just letting the tsunami like wash over you and pass by.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, that's
that's
actually a good thing that you allowed yourself to feel that pain, because you're able to process it, download it, feel it, and move on.
Yeah.
Like you won't have to feel it again once you feel that hurt. And you know what? I actually have had this discussion. I think with all three of you guys, or maybe just June and Empress. I think I have like mentioned this before, and to my clients too. When it comes to pain, heartbreak, anything that causes any type of shakeup in your life, a tower moment, anything, you need to meet it at the door. Like, if it's knocking on the door for you to face it, you just need to meet it at the door. Like, there's no reason to try to sweep it under the rug. There's no reason to try to hide from it, run from it, go to the back window, try to escape. That is the main key as far as pain. You're the solution and the problem. Like, just face it. Feel it, face it, and then you can heal properly. You don't have to take that energy to your next situation. It's just growth. Some people are so scared to just feel something. They want to feel something good, but they don't want to feel something bad. I mean, if that's the case, we will all be in heaven, right? If we just feel something good. Or if that's the case, you just need to be by yourself.
well, you still feel it. You'll still feel it. It's funny. You would think, or for those of you watching and listening, you would think that what I'm about to say is what should have been said in the beginning, but it has been orchestrated and purposely delayed at this particular time. So hopefully you all are still with us. The purpose of Mercury in retrograde, it's actually a good thing. Though we just got finished talking about our frustrations, we're all short-tempered, stuff's going crazy, delays, breakdowns, etc. There's a purpose for it. It happens 3 to 4 times a year, depending on the year, if it's a leap year, etc., etc. And the reason for it is, prior to Mercury in retrograde, we're going about our lives, all right? And we think we have everything handled and everything in control. But there are some things that we need to make adjustments on, we need to face, Okay, that's what Queen Su Shei was just saying. We need to face certain things. We need to process emotions, deal with how things affect us, et cetera, et cetera. Things we need to fix. Bills need to get paid. It doesn't even have to be bad. It's good things. Maybe you need to buy that outfit. Go get the new car. Go get the house. Go do some fun things. Perhaps that's what you need to do. So the purpose of Mercury in retrograde is to slow our behinds down, because the ways of the world right now are just fast, 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 fast. Go, go, go. Instant, instant, instant. Now, now, now. Microwave generation. Everything is now, 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 now. So it really affects us hard now. The faster we're going, it affects you. And then that's what these two lovely Geminis just got finished explaining to you all. They're Geminis, they're air energy. They're like, and with me having that Mercury energy, you all can hear how quickly that I speak. I get mistaken for air signs all the time because I speak quickly, because I move so quickly. So I don't like to be slowed down in that aspect, though I have a lot of earth energy in my chart and I love stability. But the purpose is to get us to address, fix, and pay attention to things we forgot about, we've overlooked, we've been running from, we've been ignoring, etc. Those things come to the forefront, and every single other thing that we've been focusing on takes a back seat. That's why we get delays and this gets blocked and what we used to do. That takes a back seat so that we can slow our behinds down, make the adjustment, fix and address and deal with whatever we've been hiding or running from, whatever. And then when that's addressed, Mercury goes direct after 3 weeks and we can move forward better, more abundantly. So it's actually a good purpose. It's just depending on what you've been running from, what you haven't been dealing with. That's probably the problem.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, Brain, because that just light bulb. Light bulb. Speaking of the fact, I got an idea. So that actually makes sense, because you know what, Empress? Didn't me and you and Brain actually, and June, didn't we kind of already put like a timeline on my twin when he was returning? And it was supposed to be maybe like middle October-ish. I understand the delay now. Like the fact that he was just like things to start delaying or whatever, it was good. But the delay came from Mercury retrograde. Obviously, I changed my mind, or I'm here, but I've changed my mind, or some type of delay to where you couldn't step forward. But this is still my month, though. October ain't over with. This is still my month.
Oh, yeah.
So my twin is returning.
What that last week do? I'm saying though, what that last week do? That's when Mercury, the first week, it appears as if Mercury is swinging backwards. It's not actually going backwards, but it looks like it. Things slow down, hit the brakes. The second week, okay, that's what we're approaching. The second week, Mercury actually starts slowly moving forward, but it's still in delay. It's like you're going to experience forward movement in these situations, but it's like it's not happening, or it's not going quick enough, or it seemed like it was going and it stopped, and then it's moving forward and then it stopped. I keep getting interruptions. I thought this was going for and it stops. Again, it's to make those adjustments. That third final week, it will appear as if Mercury is over, but do not be fooled by the oasis. There will be still yet certain things that may pop up. It's like proofreading. It's like editing. It's like making any last minute revisions before you release it, or editing the video or the content or what have you before you actually post it and put it up. Photoshopping the picture. You know what I'm saying? You took the picture, you got your glam up, you look good in it, but it's like, let me Photoshop it a little bit. Okay, now I can go ahead and post it. Put the little filters on IG and all the platforms and then post. That's what that last week is. So it's coming in. This is that 10th month. Okay. Things are over and beginning at the same time. Back what Empress said. Okay. Life and death. Okay. So situations that have been dead or dying out, they're also coming back to life at the same time. So it's a whole lot into this. That's what we're going to experience. So do not be deceived by a situation that still looks dead. It will come right back to life just like that.
Well, I'm waiting, because when I say I'm tired, I got stuff to do. My twin, stop playing and come on, because we got purposes that we need to do. We got things to do, but this is my month. This is my month. This is my month for union. So I'm not even gonna trip about it. I'm not even gonna worry about it. So at the end of the day, we want them complete. We don't want them 50%. So hey,
all or nothing.
All or nothing.
Be all in or just get out. Isn't that what your job wants? Your employer wants that. If you go to a school, your professor, your teachers, do all things that are required of you. Same thing in the spiritual journey. That all or nothing, like you wanting all with your twin or nothing, that's how it is with the spiritual journey. A lot of people just want to fake the funk, or this term is applied in Christianity, lukewarm Christians. I thought you're supposed to be boldly professing your faith. Where's the boldness? Oh, you do it in the church walls. What about when you step out the church walls, especially now? Where's all the Jesus Bible thumpers now in social media? Where are all the scriptures and the quotes and all these examples about God this and God that? I hear it's pretty quiet. Where are the people going out in the streets now? Whether they're wearing masks or not, where are they going out professing Jesus and God and even other religions? I put people speak a lot, but during Mercury and retrograde, a lot of things that were hidden get revealed. So you will see who's truly walking the walk in any aspect, or are they just faking and talking and trying to look like it? I'm just saying. I mean, actions speak louder than the words. You gotta be doers of the word. You can't just hear it. What are you doing? Do work. Where's your money? Put your money where your mouth is. Money is an equation for time and energy, aka work. So if you put your money where your mouth is, that means you're doing work. I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger. I mean, I take care of mine, so I can speak. Where is your evidence? And if you do work, you should have a problem with what I have to say. If you're irritated right now, that just means you need to reevaluate your situation, reevaluate your faith, and you might need to pick up and go harder. And perhaps you'll have more manifestation in your life. Things will get better. I mean, Mercury in retrograde, these are the revelations and things that get revealed. I'm just saying. Mic drop. I'm done.
Actually, a lot of twins are coming into union right now. I think Empress actually had a client that just came into union as well, just recently, didn't she, Empress? And peep this, she was a Gemini.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, her twin was gone for half a year, and I was like, he's coming. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, watch. He came back. Just like I said.
Wow.
But you know what's so crazy about that is, June, when she said that the young lady, the Gemini girl, responded, are you sure? And she also said that the Gemini girl was starting to get frustrated with her because she kept telling her the same thing, like he's coming. And the Gemini young lady was having so much, she wasn't understanding it. And and you just touch base. What did you tell me yesterday?
A lot.
No, but with that part though, when she didn't understand about the past recurring back again, like, what did you say yesterday?
Well, we were kind of talking about like how we're so frustrated because we can't calculate what's about to happen, and being in a time of surrender, it's almost like I think we said before, like, okay, with Geminis, they like, a lot of people, like, it seems like we don't know what we're doing, but actually people are a lot more logical about the things that they do. And so it almost feels like if you jump off a cliff, if you see a bird that jumps off of a cliff and it flies, to the outside perspective, flying looks like a very organic thing, but there's actually a lot of calculation that goes into flying. Like that bird has tried this a multiple times. They think about where the wind is at, like whether or not, what's going to happen at the bottom. Are there any predators? Like there's a lot of calculation that goes into it. Whereas right now, like being in a place of surrender, it's almost like jumping off that cliff and trusting that you're going to fly, or trusting that you're going to figure out how to fly on the way down. And that's like a very, very like scary time. especially for people that are more logical, and the fact that like all we can do right now is just literally just feel our way through and not use our like logical brain to figure out what's about to happen. But I don't know what I said specifically about
You
that.
said, I know what you said. You said, and quote me if I'm wrong. You said, "This is the problem with you and with with the other now woman." You said the fact that you know that this twin is returning.
That's part of that is the problem.
That is the problem. That's the problem because you're like, no.
Oh, that goes to what Brain had just mentioned before we got on this call, was that sometimes like we're always asking like when is something happening? We want to know everything, but then sometimes it's like when you actually know what's about to happen, that's part of the problem, because there's no, like, for example, if somebody did something to me, like something like hurtful, and then I know that this person is supposed to be in my life and I know they're coming back, that means I know that I'm going to have to forgive them. So this whole time that I'm mad, I also have to know that I'm mad, but I'm going to also have to forgive them because this person is going to come back and be in my life.
Yes.
And it forces you to do work that like you don't necessarily want to do, and then you can't just feel your way through it because you know too damn much about what's about to happen. And so you're sitting here feeling frustrated because it's like, hold on, like this person literally just shitted on me, and I know that this is my person and that they're going to come back. Like, you mean that I can't just pretend to move on and then come back and I'm like, oh, okay, I love you and I forgive you. No, like the whole time I know that I'm gonna have your ass is gonna show back up and I'm gonna have to forgive you. Like, I know that.
Exactly. When June said that last night, I almost wanted to punch her in her third eye because I was like, why did you have to call me out? That is it. When she hit it on the nail. I love my Gemini sister. I really do. Because you complete me. I swear. Like, we finish each other's sentences and all. But when she said that, I was just like, well, goddamn.
Yes, people keep telling you he's coming back, and I'm like, no, that's the problem, that you know he's coming back. And for a lot of times I would say that, like, like we can tend to like fight or break up with our significant others or friends or whatever, and sometimes it's like, they ain't really going nowhere, and that's part of the problem. That they ain't gonna go nowhere, but they're not treating you right, even though we both know that we love each other and we both know we want this thing to work, but yet you're almost taking advantage of that by taking me to the limit.
Yes, knowingly that knowingly that we care for each other in that way, why do you want to keep poking the bear until you get to the last straw? Like you got three wishes like a genie. Why would you waste two on the same situation?
Ooh, we've already learned this lesson. I don't understand.
No,
like,
exactly. Why would you waste it?
It's the same lesson that all of the professional athletes, the statistics speak for themselves about how many come in with however many millions, and then they end up broke. And all these athletes, for instance, even Chadwick Boseman, okay, rest in peace. Y'all know how I feel about that. Wakanda forever. Okay, go figure. He didn't have a will. Okay, all of these people, and this is one thing with my business background. When I had an active insurance license, it is expired because I'm not operating in that capacity. Okay. So I need to make sure that that's known so no one reaches out to me for that, because I don't have it active right now. So I just need to put that out there. But that was one of the things that I used to talk about. Professionals, individuals, they need to have insurance. And what happens is, just like the genie example, when you think that, oh, this is automatically going to go my way, I'm automatically going to get the next deal, I'm going to get signed again. I'm going to have the next opportunity, because you get so used to having the best thing in your life. So in the twin flame journey, you meet your twin. That is the best, strongest, wonderful relationship that you're going to be in. I know some people will beg to differ because of the triggering and et cetera, but that is absolutely just the top of the top. So when you have that, you get complacent, like, oh, well, I always have this. And you get lazy. It's the same reason why marriages fall apart and other connections. They figure, I'm going to put in all this work to get this man, to get this woman. As soon as I get that ring on there, as soon as we get married, maybe after the honeymoon, then they get lazy. Then they stop dating, they stop doing work, and then you wonder why the divorce rates are so high, why folks be cheating and creeping inside this, inside that. Because you stop putting in work. You stop putting in work in your job, what's going to happen? So it's getting complacent because you've had the best thing and you feel like, okay, it's here. And we think that once we obtain something, we don't have to maintain it. We forget about the maintenance phase. You go get an expensive vehicle. Can you afford the maintenance? Or is the maintenance included in your payments? You know, whether you're owning it, leasing it, whatever. You know, you buy a home, you can get a big freaking home. Can you afford to heat it, cool it, repair it, furnish it? Can you keep up with that? Or you just worried about paying a mortgage, property taxes? So with everything, when you go into anything, same thing with the spiritual journey, you have to be prepared to do the maintenance. Okay. And there's times during the journey, times during everything. That is what Mercury in retrograde is. It's the maintenance phase. We've been running for 3 months or 4 months, and it's time that we need to do maintenance. And the maintenance, now, if you've done your maintenance prior to Mercury in retrograde, then when Mercury in retrograde comes, it's not much or any maintenance for you to do. It's just little adjustments. Oh yeah, let me just get it clean. I don't have to do an overhaul. I don't have to spend all this money to get this service. You just have a little bit. So it's easier on you, though frustrating, it's easier. Other people, they have the whole shebang to do. So whether it's your twin, whether it's anything we do, that's the reason why. And that's what Mercury in retrograde is, to remind you, I might need to work towards my twin. I might need to speak to her. I might need to be pouring into her or him, or, you know, who I need to focus on this. I've been focusing on everything else outside. Now I need to take care of the inside of my body. I look good. My social media pictures look good. I got makeup on, hair. I got that suit. I got that cut. I'm fresh. Everything look good on the outside. But have you done any inner work? That's what I was talking about by shadow work before. Y'all know I talk a lot about shadow work for those of you that watch and follow me. Do that shadow work. Mercury in retrograde won't hit you as hard.
Yeah, that gets back to our discussions that we've been having around consistency.
Oh, you might as well start it off, June.
Go on. You open that.
Might as well start it off. Look,
open, June.
no, look. Don't wait for the crickets to come.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say that I think part of what's difficult about the journey, and kind of like what kind of Empress just brought up in the beginning too, is like, it's one thing when you yourself need to take care of maintenance and be consistent with your own work, but then when you have a partner and the partner is going up and down and all around, all over the place, and then now that's affecting you, I think that maybe you guys could maybe speak to that, because like, I think that would be really frustrating to know, like, we're supposed to be in this place where this isn't, but kind of like we're like the ant and the grasshopper. We supposed to be hunkered down for the winter, but no, like, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. So now we're I'm not where I want to be because you ain't do what you were supposed to do. So,
right.
Yeah, I think it's hard, even as a parent, it's been really hard to like create that consistency with all of these changes that are also happening in the world, and finding your new normal and finding your new way of life forward. And but it's actually more important now more than ever, because the inner work is like the only thing we even have control over right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Consistency, y'all. June, do you want to know how to survive during this time? I'm gonna give
Yes.
you an earth sign tip. Anyone
Me
has
too.
earth sign placements, they're stable, they're consistent. You can count on them. Think about any earth sign, and pretty much 9 times out of 10, they're always there for you. They always get the job done, etc. Consistency. When we're consistent, no matter how good or how bad or what we do or what we don't do, that consistency in itself will fill in the gaps and get you through. Again, back to maintenance. If you consistently, or 9 times out of 10, get, say, maintenance on your vehicle or anything, if you consistently service something that requires maintenance, this could be your connection, your relationship. If you do that said maintenance, then when you do hit these retrograde periods, on top of like everything June mentioned, the world is crazy right now, trying to find our new normal, et cetera, it just gives you that little extra oomph that you need to not make it so bad. Oh, that wasn't as expensive as I thought. That didn't take as long as I thought to get this repaired or fixed. Oh, these adjustments aren't big. But if you have not been doing that, I'm going to say it like Martin Lawrence. Y'all know I say this all the time. The episode when he bought Gina an engagement ring, one of Gina's friends came over to their apartment. She was like, oh, let me see your ring, Gina. Held up the ring. Oh, that little thing? Martin went back to the bed. He said, I got a big damn receipt in the back. You're going to have a big damn receipt in terms of work and maintenance that you're going to have to put in during these retrogrades, on top of what's crazy in this world, on top of everything right now. So like this consistency, y'all, that's the key to everything. Okay, I like to do a lot of Karate Kid or martial arts. I have a martial arts background with Wing Chun and a couple other arts. But nonetheless, one thing like in Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso wanted to do this and do that. Oh, I want to learn these moves. I'm getting my ass kicked, Mr. Miyagi. That's his exact words. I need to know how to do this. And can I learn some flying kicks and all of that? Miyagi taught him wax on, wax off, Daniel's son. They thought it was crazy. This is the same thing on Cobra Kai, the Netflix series, which is like a continuation when Daniel LaRusso and Johnny, they're older and et cetera, okay? Wax on, wax off. Why? And then when it gets to time, that teaches you consistency. Okay, that teaches you muscle training, that teaches you conditioning, it teaches you stamina, it teaches you fortitude in your mind, it teaches you focus, it just gives you so much that if you don't have those elements, you cannot do the flying kick moves. So whatever it is that you're doing out there, consistency, like June mentioned, that is the key. That is the key to everyone. So just stay consistent. Don't worry if you mess up, just stay consistent. Keep the little engine that could, the tortoise, the hare, the fable, tortoise and the hare. The hare was fast, the hare was gifted, but the hare was not consistent. Oh, I could just do this whenever. This is why our twin flames, like Queen Su Shei asked, well, why are they playing around? Why are they waiting to the third wish with the genie? Because they're not consistent. They're in, they show us love, then they're back out. Or maybe we're the ones that's not consistent. We show our twins love, then we're back out. Whoever, take it as it resonates. But consistency, we want consistency. I need somebody that's going to be there. What is your job as? I need an employee that's going to show up on time, do the job, be here, etc. If you can't do that, here's your walking papers. So this is the key to everything. And if you can do that, you're automatically going to succeed.
And me being an air sign, I need my twin to have that earth just, because goodness gracious, I need that. We can tend to forget about ourselves a lot. We have self-love and things of that nature, but because we always want to go, gotta go here, gotta go to this party, gotta do this. We purposely plan things. We will say yes to everybody. Hey, Friday night, I want you to go to this barbecue. Okay. Hey, Friday night, another person calling. Hey, Friday night, I need you to come hang with me and the girls. We're going to go out and have some drinks. Okay. Somebody else called. Hey, Friday night, we want to go, since we had this mansion party, I want you to attend. Okay. Hey, Friday night, can you get your nephew? Okay. Like, we'll say okay at least to 10 different people. We'll plan at the same time on the same day, because we know we ain't finna attend none of that. We finna attend at least 1 or 2. So we got.
Is that what happened to me last night?
We ain't finna do.
Empress is like,
we not finna do none of that shit. Fuck that shit. We ain't finna do none of that. We finna plan like 10 things because we know, okay, they might cancel this, they might cancel this, this might run late, they might not even do this or whatever. I gotta plan 10 things because I know at least I'm gonna attend to. So I know guaranteed, I know that I'm going to go to one of these functions. One of these functions is gonna be solid, but everybody ain't gonna be able to experience me that night. Like, I know it might sound impulsive. I know it might sound like we're lying, and I promise you, it's not that. It's all of the personalities speaking at one time. They're all speaking at one time. So technically, you spoke to Kiddo, she said yes. You spoke to Demon, he said yes. You spoke to Shakira, he said yes. You spoke to Kira, she said yes. You spoke to Queen, she said yes.
Empress,
we need a central operating system. Like, 1 second, y'all.
Is your
convening?
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Having that consistent, stable. My whole point is having that consistent, stable partner. They will really be able to be like, no. Remember, you can't go Friday because you have this going on. Oh, okay. All right, I got you. No. No, you can't plan anything. That's our day, remember? Oh, okay. Hey, no, you can't go nowhere. Remember, you're supposed to be getting pampered. You're supposed to be taking a nice hot shower. You're supposed to be doing this. I need that, I need that ground. I need that in my life. It just makes my chaotic day feel like, you know what? When I'm done doing absolutely God knows what, when I come home, I know it's stable.
You want to know what's good? Really quick, I'm definitely letting you get it in, Empress, because I was gonna say something earlier.
Look at Empress' face.
And I'm tying into Empress's face right now, so I'm gonna tie this in. Do y'all want to know one good thing out of the air signs? One good thing, okay, as far as Aquarius goes, out of the Gemini. Aquarius is fixed, okay? Though they are an air sign, don't get me wrong, they can blow like the wind, but they're fixed. You know how they're going to blow, even though they can change up on you now, okay? Because Neptune and the planet is unpredictable, and all these things with their ruling planet, or one of their ruling planets. But anyway, it's unpredictable, but yet it's consistent. So though that air energy is there, they are consistent. So tying into Empress, okay? Empress being a Leo, me understanding with my Taurus aspects being fixed signs. We like, if we're gonna be here, we need to be here. And I know this is what Empress is about to say. I'm about to let her take over. If, like the example she gave with her twin, if you don't show up, especially with her being a Leo, all that passion, all that fire, all that drive, all that wands energy in the tarot that she...
She's ready to pounce now.
Yeah.
All of that.
Empress look like she ready to cut me.
And then you're MIA, and Leos are the kings and queens of the jungle. So, because they'll give you, their kingdom, give you access to their kingdom and their royalty. And if you don't treat them as such, off with their head. So that consistency, again, that would go back, that will fix her situation. I'm gonna let her take the reins, but I could see her being triggered in a good way.
Kiddo said something.
No, that's good. It's just this, y'all pay attention. These are the differences between our different signs, our modalities. Nothing's wrong. It's not good. It's not bad, because every single sign has good and bad traits. Okay, you have the regular traits, you have dark-sided versions of zodiac signs, and it's just so much into it. That's what makes us different. But it's learning from that and understanding, okay, wait, these Geminis, the way they go, that's totally different than how I go. How is that? Now I understand. Okay, Queen, you just broke down why you think that way. You're going to hear Empress break down why she thinks, or why, same thing with me, like it need to be on by the numbers. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Like trust me, my mind goes 100 miles an hour. So I get it with the Mercury influence. I get it. And I know a lot of people have seen that in my live streams. They've seen it. And I get it. Trust me, in my music, etc. I'm jumping, playing different roles. I get it. Yet that consistency to ground it. And that's exactly what you said. So with that, I gotta pass it over to Empress, because she's gonna explode and chop my head off if I do not.
I mean, it's not that bad.
I'm just messing with you, Empress.
I mean, with me being a Leo, I looked at my birth chart and it's mostly fire signs. I'm an ascending Leo. There's just fire, 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 fire. And unfortunate for me, Mama Wands and Papa Wands, they were air signs. Mama was an Aquarius, Daddy was a Libra. And having two air sign parents was very hard on me, being a fire sign. And Brother Wands, he's a Sagittarius. So two airs made two fires. So it was just a lot of clashing, a lot of words, a lot of communication, but also a lot of flightiness in that house. I mean, don't get me wrong. I grew up in a very affectionate house, a very loving family. I would not change that, but it was just a lot of open up the window and jump. And I hated that. It gave me a lot of anxiety. And yeah, with all my fire placements, I got a lot of passion, but I'm also a very fixed sign. So when I get an idea in my head, I don't let that go. Like, I throw all my eggs in that basket. It's like, oh, okay, so step A and B to get C and I get a cake. Okay, well, we're gonna do that. It's gonna be the best cake in the world. No, don't deviate. We're not gonna do cupcakes. I said cake. Leave me alone. So it just kind of makes me feel some type of way when people take me out of that mission that I have. And that might be me being a Leo, being a little bit controlling, as I can tend to do. It could be also me being kind of egocentric, because it's like, I'm making a cake. You're not making the cake. You're going to watch. You're going to eat it. I'm making the cake. So the fact that my twin is an air sign, I feel like the divine is having a little joke with me, because I feel like that should not be like that, just because I know how much air signs kind of trigger me. It's all like, are you sure, divine, you couldn't send me an earth sign, somebody I could set my watch to? You couldn't send me a water sign, somebody that's a little bit more forthcoming with their feelings and their words, somebody that can kind of steer that boat and kind of control, somebody that I can sort of impose my will on? You didn't want to send me that. You want to send me an elusive ass air sign.
That's funny to me, girl, but shit, next time.
But am I
look, we would have taken that damn cake. Like, I don't know about everything else. I might be inconsistent, but if the food is good and it's there, I'm showing up.
Oh, yeah, but you wouldn't take a cake. You'd probably put sprinkles on top of it. You would suggest icings to me. You'd be in the kitchen dancing and stressing me out.
Exactly.
And it's like, that's not how that goes. Can you please go sit down?
But being with that said, it's like, okay, I'm an air sign, but I'm also a parent. And so like it's so agitating, but it does force me to be more consistent. And especially because like I have a daughter that like also really loves consistency and predictability and control. And so like it's like we always have to come to that compromise. And over the years I've become a lot better. But what I will say is that one of the reasons why I'm having a hard time right now is because I keep going through like life transitions, like a new job or moving or whatever it is. And like I know that your twin just had a transition, and so that might be an opportunity to talk and just kind of see like if that's having any, I mean, I don't know how open like your twin would be to talking, but like there may be some other things that sometimes can like throw us off, and like to be able to get back to the consistency, it's almost like emotionally draining, and sometimes can make us depressed because we know how hard, like it's already our biggest struggle to be consistent. And then so like when we're not doing that, we're constantly feeling like I'm not doing this good enough. I know this is all the reasons why everything is like falling apart in my life. And you know, like that we're always thinking and thinking and thinking, and sometimes our thoughts can become so intense and they turn around on us. And so like that's why I think in that moment I just like let myself just feel it and just like like told my kids like I'm human too and I make all kinds of mistakes, and like the fact that we could just go back the next day, it was like helpful for me to not kind of like keep beating up on myself like in my mind, because that was the thing that I had to work on, was like, you know what, I'm not gonna have any thoughts about my feelings right now. I'm just gonna have my feelings and not think about what does this mean in the grand scheme of my life and who I am and what I'm not doing right and all of my flaws. Like, I'm just not gonna ascribe a lot of value to this greater picture. I'm just gonna feel it and then
That's good.
Yes.
That's a good way to look at it, because you're separating. You're still separating logic from emotion, but you're actually allowing the emotion to take its toll without without attaching a formula to it.
Yeah.
So that is good. That's a good way to look at it. I actually do that as well. So that's good. But to add on to Empress, about her twin and asking the divine, like, what the hell, are you sure? Out of all people, out of all signs, out of all signs, I'm still not understanding why is my twin a Taurus, the slowest moving sign of the whole zodiac. The whole zodiac. My twin couldn't be a Leo. My twin. I mean, I took a Sagittarius. I would have took a Virgo. Something. God, no, a Taurus. Now, don't get me wrong. They are stable. They are strong. Once they commit, that's it. But what I'm saying is, you literally put me with a snail. I mean, you put. I'm the hair. I'm like the hair.
See.
And you put me with a freaking turtle.
See, that's what you're saying, Queen. That's what I talk about. This is why everybody comes to me to ask about, what do I think about this particular sign with that sign? Like, this information is out there. There's thousands of people. They've got channels, videos, books, etc., talking about these parents, that parents, how it's going to work. With me, I always say this one fundamental thing, regardless of what popular professional astrology opinion may be on the compatibility of signs. I say opposites attract.
They do.
Opposites are key to the most spiritual development. So like in your case, you're fast. Okay, so you're the hare in that example you made. And then a Taurus is the tortoise. The slowest one. But yet, check this out now. Now the tortoise won. Yeah. Okay, this is one thing too that people, for instance, overlook Capricorns about. Capricorn's philosophy is like, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. I'm going to keep plugging. I'm going to keep plugging. I'm going to keep plugging. And I'm going to get to the top and I'm going to win. And you might think I'm crazy. You think I'm stupid for constantly keep plugging and plugging and plugging. But when I'm at the top, you're going to be like, dang. Not only do they get to the top, they stay up there. So I'm going to apply that to the tortoise. The tortoise being consistent, going. Now, the challenge with the tortoise, in your case, the Taurus zodiac sign,
my God,
he has to learn how to pick up a pace. Now, he can't get too out of his element, but he has to learn how to adjust and when to speed up. With you as a Gemini, you have to adjust and learn when to slow down. And again, this is the same thing with the twin flame journey. You have two flames flickering. Okay, if the flames come together and they flicker like this, they're not going to be able to come together. You want twin flames to come together and just burn as one flame. So again, we have to learn how to adjust. If we have too much of something, too little of something, we're going to be off. We get triggered. We have growth. We have healing. We got work to do. And this does not mean you're going to completely go from being slow. That's not what this is meant to be. For instance, you as an air sign being fast. It's just the times when learning you need to slow down. Times, just for instance, just like driving, there's times when we need to speed up. There's times when you might need to smash the gas to get out the way or get over or pass somebody or do whatever you need to do. And there's times when you need to slow down. For instance, a red light. So just like as we drive and as we commute and as we do things and work and etc., there's times you need to speed up the recipe and times you need to slow down. Times we got times to eat, times we don't. Times we can sleep a little longer, times we need to go ahead and get up, take a power nap. It's learning to fine tune that adjustment. And that's what your twin is teaching you, and you're teaching your twin. So oftentimes you're going to find twins will have exact opposite mirroring aspects, whether it's their dominant placements, their sun, moon, rising, other aspects in their chart. There's so many things that you may think it's triggering, but what happens is once the adjustment is made, it doesn't trigger anymore.
Yes.
With anything. So that is why you two are opposite signs, or as Empress mentioned, and like me and my twin, though our sun sign, me being a Cancer sun, her a Scorpio sun, but then our moon, me being a Taurus moon and her being an Aquarius. Okay, that's exactly opposite. I'm stable, consistent, I'm here, I ain't going nowhere, but then she's everywhere. She's the one out here. So that drives me crazy. And I'm pretty sure my consistency could drive her crazy. But yet I give her what she needs, because she needs a place to come back home to, like you said, and have that consistency so that she can go out there, because she won't have the energy, the time and drive to go out there if it's not for my consistency. And then with her, she gives me a chance to breathe, because I'm so consistent. Hey, come out here. Hey, let's go here. Hey, let's do this. And she allows me to be open, and I allow her to focus on stability, consistency.
That's right.
You'll find that that's a similarity here with all of us. And that is why our twins are like that, to teach us. Okay, there's other issues that go along with that, but that's the reason why. It's actually the perfect person. You don't want to get with somebody who's exactly like you.
Yeah.
For instance, if two people are sick, here's what I want to, I'm going to give this example. If two people, I'm not even going to use the sick part. If two people are trying to figure out how to, I don't know, build a box. Let's just say build a box. It can be a cardboard box for all I care. It doesn't matter. Wood, cardboard, whatever. If two people are together and they're trying to figure out how to build a box, and neither one of them knows how. They don't know where to turn. They don't have access to anyone. They don't know anything. How the hell are they supposed to build said box? So what you have to do is you have to put one person maybe has the resources, other person has the skill set. Put them together with those two differentiating characteristics, and they can build the box. Now, the box can be anything, but that's why it's needed for our journey. It's needed for our mission. It's just that things have thrown us off. We've gotten off course. That's a whole nother, that's going to be another show in itself, y'all, to talk about what throws the twin flame journey off. That's an entirely different show. But it's so much as has been infected. That's with everything in the world right now. That's why the world's crazy. And this is like a purge. This is a purification. Mercury in retrograde, things are adjusting. We're coming up for a major presidential election that will possibly change. And either way, either candidate, is going to be some chaos that's going to take place. It's going to be people that are not happy. Things in the world right now, COVID, stuff is ramping up. We got issues. And those issues need to be dealt with. Why? Because we have not done our maintenance. The world has not done the maintenance that I was talking about earlier. And that's why this retrograde is so hard. Collectively, we're all feeling the energy of it. That's why it's affecting technology worse than it normally would. It's affecting our children worse than it normally would. It's affecting us and our emotions and all other things more than it normally would. And it keeps getting worse and worse, just like anything. If you don't take care of your health, it's going to get worse and worse and worse until you do the maintenance. You don't take care of a vehicle, anything, worse and worse and worse. So we're at that, like, it has to be addressed phase. And that is why now it has pushed us to the brink where we have no choice but to deal with it.
Yep, crunch time now.
It's crunch time.
You know what? When you said that, when you were going in about the twin flames, I mean, I was gonna say I asked God, could we have a meeting first before he go picking out people for me? You know what I'm saying? And then actually the next day, like, I ended up having a serious stomach ache. So I felt like that was God punishing me. Like, don't ever question me. Don't ever talk to me like that again. Don't ever. I'm gonna put you with who I want to put you with. You don't tell me what to do. So, just throw that in as a funny joke. But no, I understand now, because at first I was like, what the hell? this is never going to work. What? You know, like I done ran past him at least 20 times and he's still in that same line. Like, spit it out. put some skates on or something, spit it out. So, but honestly, I get it now. It's actually like the yin and the yang. You have both.
Balance. It's the balance.
Yeah, it's the balance. It's yeah. I get it. I mean, it's more attributes to it. You know how with a Taurus you can get me to be more like you said, consistent, more stable, more solid, family values. Just being more
yourself.
Calm and yourself, right?
Take
and comfortable
yourself.
Too. Yeah, yourself and very comfortable. Versus with air, you know, on my end, I can teach him new things. You know, he can experience new adventures. I can bring something new to the table. Give him ideas and adventures. And honestly, while you're playing, if there's any type of business venture, if in my purpose we are supposed to go into business at some point, like we'll make some money because he'll be on the sturdy security side, financially investing in things of that nature, and I would be on the executive marketing side. I will be able to know how to communicate, how to get some colors and coordinations, how to catch people's eye in order to get business. I'll be able to be the spokesperson of the business. And I would be the beauty and the brains, but he'll be my rock and he'll know our dynamic together when it comes to our finances. So yeah.
And your connection and everything else.
Yeah, that's
how it works. Not just business, everything. And that is why we come together like that. Though we think it's crazy. If you ask any leader, ask anyone who's had a business, who's led, who's organized. They like to have a mixture of different personalities or different backgrounds or different skill sets, you know, or perhaps they need different positions to carry out said things. The box example, you need to have someone that has the money, the capital, the resources, the connections, etc., etc. Mm-hmm. That would be you, for instance, Queen. That would be you. You would have what it takes to get in the door. You got the connections. You can keep the doors open. And then he has the knowledge, for instance. So he'll have the knowledge to keep the opportunities there to where you can keep going and keep getting in. So it's complementary, and that's how it's designed to be. It's never meant to clash. It's just that when you deal with, and certain signs are more dominant than others, there's a whole lot of things that go into this, certain backgrounds, et cetera, et cetera. So you have a clash of powerful individuals that are used to calling the shots, perhaps, or leading or taking action on in their own way or just on their own period. And it's just having to learn how to be like, okay, we're all equals here. Let me take a step back. Let's work together. That is what is going on in the world right now. It's supposed to be teaching us we need to come together. We need to work together, though we cannot come together physically in some aspects because of the distance and COVID and like there's a lot going on in the world, not just in the US. I'm talking about literally in the entire world. We can come together virtually. And it's just like online dating, okay? My marriage is a product of online dating or online coming from MySpace. So I'm telling my age, if y'all don't know MySpace, that was before there was a Facebook. MySpace was it. Before there was IG, it was like all of that put into one. It was TikTok, IG, every site you could ever think of put into one. Okay, now it's primarily, if it's still in existence for like artists and things or what have you, kind of like SoundCloud and other sites. But the point is, when you do say online dating before you get to meet face to face, you get to know a person. You get to really see how they tick. You do the inner. And yes, you get to see each other if you video chat and things like that, but you get down to the nitty gritty. Oftentimes, what a lot of people have done, they focus on the outer. Ooh, he look good. She look good. He got this. What does he have? What does he work? You know, what are the questions asked? Where do you work? You go on a date. What do you do? What do you drive? You know, it's all external stuff. And I'm not saying that's every single person, but generally, if you check those couple external boxes, then folks are good. And then later on down the road, or maybe they get married and then they find out that the person is crazy or they have issues or things they wouldn't have dealt with because they were focused on the outer. So right now, this time is getting us to focus on what's important on the inside. That's what retrograde does. It gets you to stop. Okay, everything is screwed up. I can't go nowhere. My car broke down. Nobody's answering my calls. The appointment's getting canceled. Stuff's not getting shipped. Delays. Well, since I got time now, maybe I actually can think about this thing that I have not thought about, or get to my health. Maybe I can start taking care of my health now. I have no choice. Maybe I will go for that walk. Maybe I will pick up the weights or eat right. Maybe I will take some time to pray or meditate, or maybe I will reach out to Queen Su Shei or Empress of Wands or Brainwavezz, or, you know, to get a reading or get an appointment, for instance. Or maybe I will go to June Oshun to learn about my beauty and learn about products and certain things, or whatever. And
don't forget the breakups. Don't forget the breakups around this time too.
So the breakups,
cutting shit off.
The breakups. So the breakups are not even just relationships. Again, they're situations that we have been involved in. Okay, this could be as minor as, oh, I just don't need to eat that. I'll stop eating that piece of candy. As serious as marriages, business. I mean, you fill in the blank that we've been involved in that we have no business being involved in, or we need to stop. And we've perhaps gotten warnings, and our pride and ego and opportunities and other people and distractions and et cetera, et cetera. The world is going like a Mercury. Okay, like a Mercury. Anybody who's got Mercury influence, like a Mercury. When I say a Mercury, I mean the planet. Just going round and round and round and round and round and round. And it ends. Merry-go-round. The party is over. So karmics out there, they have been interfering or putting their time and energy where they just shouldn't be there. And they know that. Situations get cut off so that they can focus on their lives. Forget all the toxic stuff. I warn people, be very careful when you be like, oh, but this karma been in my twin flame journey, or this karma has done this. The moment you start saying, I wish this person go to hell and I wish they burn, I'm gonna put a spell on them, and I'm glad, like, fuck them and all that. As soon as you start sowing that, watch what happens in your life. You need to be very careful with you reap what you sow. Once you start, life and death are in the power of Mercury, Empress of Wands. I mean, in the tongue. So once you start going there, you open up a can. You open up a can and stuff start coming your way. So you send everybody, like I say, you pray for your enemies. You don't wish anything bad on anybody. Just like, I hope they get it together. Now you can be firm. This must stop. They gotta go. Except I'm not saying that. Lay the law, but just be careful wishing people harm. It's like, this gotta stop. This authority needs to be taken from this person, et cetera, et cetera. These adjustments need to be made, but be very careful how you exercise that energy, because you're going to get that karma back into your life, and it comes in very quickly, especially in the areas of love. And then you have delays and you have setbacks and you have other issues. You're like, why am I going through this? Oh, duh. I wish the karmic could go to hell. And I'm not saying we say things and we do things and stuff. That's not so much what I'm saying. I'm saying the energy. You're meditating on it. You like, man, I wish this. Y'all know. There could be tons of things I could say right now. As soon as you do that, you open up a can of whoop ass for you. Not for anybody else. So be very careful with that. I know there's people out there to do it. I know there's a lot of people in the community that will enable you, will assist you with that, just to get your check, get your money. I'm not gonna name any names, but there's plenty of people out there, and that's what they do. I'm just telling you, you're going down a rabbit's hole. Most of y'all don't even understand, and you're not ready. And you
when you're like spiritually guided, and especially to the level that we have evolved in, even when someone does something bad to you, you don't want to do anything. You don't want to wish anything bad on them. If anything, you just want to protect yourself from them. That's it. We will send out love languages to them and just be like, you know what? If that's what you want to do, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to set you free. I'm going to love you from over here. Like we're not into the energy to retaliate, because if that's the case, we would actually lower our vibration down. And honestly, I just came too far to be doing that stupid shit, or to even hate, my twin flames karmic or anything like that. If anything, I thank her. I thank my twin flames karmic, because that's gonna really, like, that's what they needed in order to push and get out of that situation. So you know, even though everybody's journey is different, but with my twin flame per se, I think he needs to understand that it's more to life than just this, you know. And the fact that, and Empress can back me up on this, I never, not one time, even when she has expressed to me about the energy that they're in, and you know, the bad things, how she won't like me in the future, how she won't care for me, how she'll have all these bad things to say about me, it was not nan time that I ever retaliated, as far as me like saying I want her to experience hurt. If anything, I've said, you know, I hope she finds someone. I can't wait till she finds someone to love her unconditionally, the same way how I experience unconditional love. Like I want someone to love her the right way. I want her to actually be in love with someone who actually loves her back, and it's in a very peaceful dynamic. I've said that. Yeah. I've said that. So I mean, I'm not of hate. I'm just not. You just
get to a place where we're making decisions not because it's personal, but it's just spiritual. And
right.
I think we've given and gotten a lot of good advice. Maybe if this would be a time we want to offer some closing advice or thoughts.
Yeah.
Go around with maybe Empress. If you want to kick it off with Empress, give us some wands.
Yes.
Put Empress on the spot.
What to tell everybody about? Wait, are we talking about retrograde? Are we talking about consistency? What should we tell the people?
No, this is for your closing. This is for your closing. Your closing advice.
You can give your last whatever you want to share. I think just you can still share it, but just kind of also maybe at the end give your closing thought of, you know, or your closing advice as well. So like still you can still share what you want to say too, what you wanted to say too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As far as closing, don't let this retrograde trigger you. Also, I guess to piggyback off my spiritual sisters and my mentor, definitely use this as a hermit mode. Go into yourself. Don't take it personal. Just let it wash over you, like the ocean. Yeah, I wish I had something more eloquent with that, but I don't. I really
Can
don't.
I add to that, Empress?
Please
I know
do.
it's your closing remarks. I'm adding to Empress's closing remarks. When you said like the ocean and being like water, and I guess me being a water sign, it triggered me to this thought. I oftentimes quote Bruce Lee, and me knowing Wing Chun, and that was his primary style of fighting, and et cetera, from his teacher on and everything, in like the movie Enter the Dragon, you know, so everyone can Google this and find this quote very quickly. You can just put it in YouTube, boom, Enter the Dragon, water, Bruce Lee quote or whatever. He says, be like water just flows. And essentially water will find a way to flow through all obstacles, and it doesn't necessarily get frustrated. It doesn't go through all of this. It just merely flows. Oh, there's a wall. Okay, no one. Well, we'll build up enough energy to put pressure on the hole to get through, or we'll back up this way and come around here and make whatever necessary adjustments. And that's a lot of how Wing Chun works anyway. That was a fighting style designed for a woman to defeat a big, burly, heavy-set, muscle-bound man. That's the originating that's basically, to make a long story short, what Wing Chun is about. Is to help a woman defeat a pretty strong man. And that's what Bruce Lee. So I want to add that into what Empress was saying prior to the water comment, and then for you all to remember what she said, and then think like that Bruce Lee kind of like flow like water, especially during this retrograde. I got to go according to my plan, because remember, water's flexible. Water's fluid. It's not like other things, say like wood or something that's stable or fixed. Rather, it's very flexible and adaptable. It'll take the shape of the container. So be very flexible and adaptable. And think about that as you apply that into Empress's quotes and other guidance.
Yes, definitely. Release control. Just let it happen. Let it go. It's not about you. It will be over soon. We will get through this. Yeah.
Well, to go ahead and use my, out of here type closure. With everything we touch base on, if you guys are experiencing a twin flame journey, or you just want to learn a little bit more about it, don't let this affect you so much. I know that we all have our stages of the twin flame journey, and thank God I'm at the last little bit. Whew! Thank you, Jesus. This is my last separation, and I don't know if anybody can relate to this, but the struggle is real. That this one took me by surprise. But you know what? I'm in my last surrender stage, so it's coming to an end. I know beautiful beginnings are coming and everything of that nature. Now I'm still gonna state how I feel. Cause you got me fucked up. But
I'm laughing because to you, you're like, why is this taking so long? And probably for him, he like, ain't no time even went by at all. It's probably been a day for him in his mind.
Like I say in readings, time is relative. Okay, just because we put a time stamp on a reading, we say a reading is for this day and this time, this month, day, and year. It is relative to a person's situation. The past is the present is the past, the future is the past, the future is the present. Everything, time is relative. So though it seems like it's a long time on one side, it may not be. And that is, again, what you just said, Queen. You just dropped nuggets. I hope y'all paying attention. Queen just dropped some freaking nuggets. Run it back, hit the pause button, take notes. She just dropped nuggets. Okay, time is relative, and that's for us to open up our perspective, because though, for instance, on Queen's side, it is a long time. And so there's aspects related to that. Oh, it's been a long time. I have to deal with this. I'm thinking about that, et cetera, et cetera. I'm experiencing this and experiencing that. On the other side of the coin, if it's a short time, if it's just a day versus say a year, what is going through the other person, the other twin's experience, and what can we learn, and for us to open up, well, wait a minute, if my twin is thinking it's only a day, how does that mean in terms of my thinking and where I need to go? And then same thing with what you're thinking, when y'all connect or whatever with him, and like that whole understanding. And that's just how God, source, universe works. Time is relative. We think it's taking forever. And like they said, that's what it's all in divine timing and God's time. So that's the key. That's the nuggets. I'm telling y'all, rewind what Queen just said. She dropped some nuggets, and I'm not gonna co-sign on that anymore. If y'all don't get it now, then that's your bad.
I'm just saying, because it relates back to the statement that you just said earlier, when I said I'm this freaking hair and he's a goddamn Taurus, and I'm just like, I done ran past him about 4 times. And he's still in the same. He done made only. And I'm like this. Phew, 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 phew. Damn, you still there? You still there?
But remember now, who won the race? I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying who won the race. That goes back into that consistency thing. He's consistent, though he has. So this is what I'm saying. Y'all pay attention when the Queen said she's dropping nuggets. I know y'all might think I'm dropping nuggets. No, she's dropping nuggets because she said this in her closing remarks, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation if it wasn't for her. So she's dropping this, y'all. Pay attention.
Speed it up, but
consistency. But check this out. You can't speed up consistency. When something works, there's a set. Okay, for instance, when cylinders fire, they fire when they move, and the pistons and rods make the combustion. They go boom and come back down. Yes, you can step on the gas pedal and make them move faster and faster. But the point is, there's still a certain calculation on the rate and the time and the space that it has to move to hit this before it can come back down. So though it looks like he's not moving, he is consistent. It's just the direction of said consistency is off. So if you shift the direction, just like if we shift the thinking of the time, oh wait, this is to him, it's not as long. That makes sense, perhaps, why he hasn't moved. So he will probably move in divine timing. To him, or maybe to me, I'm moving too much. So maybe I need to shift how I'm moving against that balance, finding that balance.
Not even that. I'm looking at the cup. I'm looking at, oh, I drank it all. I'm sorry.
Well, we get the bottle.
But I'm just saying, just say for instance, this water bottle was filled up to here. I'm looking at the water bottle like, this is half empty. This is half empty. And he could be looking at it like, no, it's half full. I'm almost there. No, it's almost gone. You need to speed it up. No, I'm almost full. It's almost to the top. So again, it's just, you're right. And for me being an air sign, being a Gemini, I mean, that's easy for me to change my perspective on things. I mean, that's actually how I calculate to feel better. So that's a good note, man. We are dropping nuggets on here. Dang, we have to close this out though. We can't.
Hey, y'all. We closing out on a high note. That's why y'all need to come back. Okay,
exactly.
Back to the next episode. Y'all know how we do.
Well, just
my remarks are not going to be long. Oh. I just want to give y'all, because enough has already been said. With retrograde, okay, I have a list. So yes, I'm reading it just for time's sake. It's closing remarks, and I want to make sure I don't miss anything. During any Mercury in retrograde, here's are the things that you want to avoid. I know Queen Su Shei mentioned some of these things. I'm just going over the list, okay? So you want to avoid this. You want to avoid making any major purchases, negotiating or signing contracts, making life-changing decisions, going on a first date, because things may not be as they seem until Mercury goes direct, behaving recklessly, purchasing electronic equipment, especially computers, arguing or fighting because there is a high propensity for mutual misunderstanding. You don't want to start a new job, sign a new lease, or buy a new house. You don't want to assume any understanding on another's part during this time. You don't want to launch a new business or putting on a big event. And you don't want to hide under a rock during this time. Now, I need to interject. Life goes on. People have to do what they have to do. You may have to get a car. You may have to move. Life goes on. If you have to do this, just double, triple, quadruple check everything. Okay, just be 1,000,000% sure, not 100%, be 1,000,000% sure if you must do something. But if you can postpone it until after the retrograde, that is what you want to do. Now, speaking of which, here's what you do want to focus on. You want to make sure you use your intuition rather than logic. Okay, that's going to be very hard for air signs, especially the two lovely Gemini ladies here. And I would say even myself, but because this is what I do, I'm always using my intuition. It's not hard, and I guess that's a Cancer thing anyway. But you want to use your intuition rather than logic. You want to look at problems or issues from a new perspective with a new understanding. We just mentioned that in Queen Su Shei's closing remarks. You want to be flexible, be like water. Okay, water just flows. You want to be like water. Okay, be flexible, especially when traveling. Okay, if you got to travel, traffic delays. We mentioned that earlier. Oh, there's traffic, or oh, my schedule, my flight, etc. Be very flexible and double check all details. Okay, you want to ensure that your hard drive, your smartphone, your tablet, etc., all have fresh backups. So if there's any information you need to know, just make sure everything is running 100. You got a backup here, a backup there. Okay. You want to get a tune up on your vehicle before heading on a road trip. If you need tires, if you need maintenance, I was talking about that earlier. This is the time when your tire gonna pop. That may pop tire, this is when it's gonna pop. This is when your car gonna break down. This is when something will happen, if it's going to happen. So you want to be on top of that. Creativity. This is the time for you to be creative, okay? You need to paint, you need to draw, you need to dance, you need to read, you need to write, and you can make music and anything else. You also want to reorganize, okay? You want to review and you want to reflect. This is a big one. You want to slow down. I repeat, slow down like the tortoise.
You throwing shade.
Meditate.
Shots, brain.
Meditate.
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 You're throwing shots, brain.
You gotta slow down.
Like you're throwing shots.
It's not shots. It's not shots. It's guidance on how to win.
Yes.
This is the path. The key to that tortoise and hare scenario, the hare was like, oh, I'm running. I'm here. I went to the line. I could do this. I've done 10,000 things. And the hare hasn't even moved 1 foot. I mean, the tortoise hasn't moved 1 foot. But yet the tortoise won. The tortoise was chugging along. Slow and steady. That's where these sayings come from. Slow and steady wins the race. And this is where the consistency comes. That's why Mercury in retrograde happens. Again, that goes back into the reach. It's not shots. It's to slow our behinds down because this world turns too fast in this day and age. You know, I remember when things were slow. I remember when we didn't have cell phones. I remember before pagers. I remember when we had the monochrome computers. We couldn't do this when it was AOL dial-up. And I remember even before, I literally have experienced all of these things, literally living through this. So it was different back then. Now everything's like now. We have to slow down. It's more vital now. Slow down. We meditate and we journal. Write down anything's coming to you. Text it down, type it down, whatever. Write it down. And then we also need to, this is the last one. We have to accept that there may be frustration. Redo. So we may have to do something over. Delays. Miscommunications. And meltdowns. Okay, June talked about that. Our feelings, or all of us, people upset, people getting angry. Expect this. The person honking at you or cutting you off, and everybody's being in the lot. Like, expect this. Expect people to be snippy, snappy, not getting back to you like Empress of Wands. It's our twins. If it's each other, okay, expect that, y'all. If y'all reach out to Queen Su Shei and she don't get back to you like she normally did with, say, an appointment or a reading, or you reach out to Empress, y'all reaching out to me. I know y'all be reaching out to me. If I don't text back, if I don't message back, I don't respond back. It's not because anything's wrong. It's because we got delays and we're all dealing with Mercury. So we have to be flexible. You know what? Maybe when Queen Su Shei is normally available within 24 hours, maybe it might take her a week this time. Just be open, y'all. This is how you survive Mercury in retrograde. If you do not do these things, you will not survive Mercury in retrograde.
I mean, even if you look at today, you know how usually when you send a group text throughout the group, I'm always the first person, like, snippy, boom, 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 real quick, like, boom, in your face. As soon as you text, I'm texting right back. This time, I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all was like, well, damn, is she coming on?
Even me, I'm the consistent one who always gives a proper heads up. And look at how it came down to the wire. Have no problem saying that because I always admit to mine. I admit to my bads with anybody. Do you admit to yours? I'm not saying anybody here. I'm speaking to other people out there. Do you admit to yours? So this is what happens. It's Mercury in retrograde. This is why we're doing this show. This is why we're doing what we're doing here, to help you all understand, for you all to know that even divine beings such as us experience this. Even an earth angel experiences this. So you know, if an earth angel is going to experience this, you know you're going to experience this as well. So it's, give yourself a break. Just remember those things I mentioned. Go back and play all the stuff we mentioned. We all drop nuggets. Y'all are going to be okay. And this information will work outside of Mercury in retrograde as well. It does not have to just be a Mercury in retrograde only thing. These are keys, period. I mean, I'm just saying. It's only coming from the teacher, from the master. I'm just saying. Y'all take it if y'all want. You listen if you want. That's on you. That's on your journey. I'm just saying. You better listen to these lovely ladies. Better listen to me. I'm just saying. Your choice. Easy way, the hard way. Don't come holler at us. When you see us on our social media giving these nuggets here on this show, etc., we gave you the easy way. We don't want to hear anything about the hard way. I don't want to hear it. Nope. Talk to the hand. Bye, Felicia. Because we're going to tell you, we've given you the tools to success. We've given you the steps. We've shown you. We've already walked. We've already been there. We've been to the school of hard knocks and then some. So if you want to go, be your guest, but don't come over here. You didn't help me. You didn't. Say that for somebody else. We're here to guide you, show you the keys to life, help you live your abundant life. The choice is yours. So with that being said, unless there's any, before we go to commercial break to end the show.
I think June had her closing too. June, you had anything to say, baby?
Yes.
No, I think everything's been said. Maybe this the last bit I'll add is that just even when things are getting difficult or hard, like just always remember that the universe is for you, is not against you. And the less that you are triggered by the things that are happening, the more that you go within and go deep and try to understand why you're even triggered. Do that shadow work, and you'll eventually reach to a place where you understand what's happening, and you can be more patient to get the results because you have faith and you trust that it's going to work out in your favor.
That's beautiful, June.
Yes.
You're like the light side of my dark side of my
maybe not before this call, because I was about to fly into a tech rage and throw my computer.
Well, look at your clever self. Look at your clever self. You and me both. We found a way to work at it. And even when I was in the meeting with y'all, my phone just went off on me and I got right back in. So, I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever. You're very clever, so you know how to, make a way out of no way. You know how to make chocolate milk out of mud.
Jesus, y'all want to drink that?
Yeah, I've never heard that before. That's pretty awesome.
Or you can at least sell mud as chocolate milk because your top game's so strong. Now that's talent. That's talent. You can convince me that water and mud is chocolate milk. Oh, but you got talents.
I love it.
You're gonna need to conclude before I start getting any ideas.
Yeah, I think we thank everyone for watching, listening. You all know where to find us, okay? You have links to all of our channels, all of our social media are there on our channels. If you click over on the right side, or depending on your platform, there's a section where you have home, you have videos, you have community, you also have channels. Okay, on the channels tab, you will see all of our channels. There's also links in the description box. Again, you'll find all of our social media there. Feel free to reach out to us for whatever services, products, whatever you want. If you want us guests on perhaps your platforms or anything you have going on, by all means, reach out to us, let us know. That's why we're here. We really, really, really thank all of you for watching, listening. Your time could be spent anywhere, especially during Mercury and retrograde. So we thank you all for sticking with us this long, being here. We can't say enough about you all. We love y'all. We are looking so forward to the next opportunity we get to do this. And there will be some other opportunities too, where we will give you all chances to interact with us. Okay. So get the likes up, get the subscribes up, etc., etc. We in the building now and we're not going anywhere. So until the next time, we will see y'all later.